I even took Scunthorpe United to the Champions League Cup final. And yeah, it's quite easy because what people do is they give you gifts and they give you things and they really build close relationships with you. Now, so much so that I've had a relationship for 10 years and I was in this special relationship and it was brilliant. But recently I messed up. I stopped paying her. Now, she always had a nickname for me, and I thought it was Clint, but apparently it was Client. Now, Facebook is obviously one of those things. It's become the thing that dictates how people view relationships. You start in a relationship and you change your status in a relationship. No one believes you. So, you then look for a photo and you put a photo of her as your profile picture. They still don't believe you. You then think, okay, so you put a photo of the two of you together. And they think you're paying her again. So, you add her as a friend, and they accuse you of making up a profile. So you can't win, but you then get to the stage, after you've been in a relationship for a while, that you change the status to it's complicated. Don't ask why, but the next step is the important one. Because once you've gone from it's complicated, you either go for engaged or single. And then once you get back to single, you get the inevitable questions from people that haven't spoken to you for months or even years. Oh, did she finally realise? Oh, isn't she better than that? Oh, you could... No, we're not going to lie, you couldn't have done any better. Now, so, as I say, I've been single for a while, and as people do, you go to dating websites these days because obviously, well, it's easier. But yeah, you go to dating websites and you think, okay, I'm going to set up a profile. So first thing you've got to do is you've got to choose a photo. And you think, what do I do? Do I put an honest picture of me? Do I do a picture of a good-looking stranger that I found online? Or do I put my good-looking brother on? And then you think, right, okay, I'm going to do that. You then go, okay, interests. Do I tell the truth and say that I have no interests? Do I lie and say I'm interested in everything under the sun? Or do I go for middle ground? But then it comes to the all-important 20-word description. 20 words or less to describe yourself. Do you tell the truth in 3 words? Sad, desperate loser. Or do you go for a slightly less blunt option and say, not good looking enough to meet someone in a pub? Thank you. Any takers? No? Point proven, really, but anyway. And then, once you then do that, you think, okay, well, I can't do any of that, so maybe I'll use lines from songs. I am a walrus. No? Okay. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Third option. I've forgotten already. Yes. Third option. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Accompanied by this belly. Well, I took a step into it and I created my profile and I got lucky. It was brilliant. I met this girl and her profile picture was amazing. She looked very familiar to me and she looked like a very young Sharon Stone. And I was like, okay, yeah, well, okay, yeah, if I get this, I will be hitting above my weight. So you're there and you think, okay, start sending messages. And then we got to know each other, and she started telling me this sob story. I was thinking, oh, this is really good. We're relating here. And she told me how it turns out her dad was a prince. He was a prince in Nigeria. I know, it sounds far-fetched. Okay, it really does. But it's great. Because, well, it's not great, because he actually died not that long ago. And the government wouldn't give her rightful earnings. It was terrible. So she asked me if I would send her my bank details. I don't know what you're laughing at, it's touching. And tonight she's actually coming to Liverpool, and she's landing in Liverpool tonight. So after the show I'm going to be going to the airport to pick her up. But I only had to send her £2,000 to pay for the flights, but she's promised to pay me it back. So on that note of love and happiness, I want to say thank you, you've been great, and I'm Matt Morton.